Okay, so I think the main reason why you don't see a whole lot of female dwarf in the storyline and all of that is because it's like okay, so this is just my opinion and my thoughts and my thought about so say you see the male figures are they're portrayed as males have testosterone and the females have estrogen, and I guess you could see it kind of like the male dwarf race being strong in their ways of having their testosterone, like the dwarf race like, I don't know, it's like the female is estrogen and the male is testosterone. So it's like the dwarf may be a very, very rich in testosterone, like that race is known, for their moral values and their their ways of being a very strong male type race. And the females and there have been DNA scenes that have showed themselves to me recently, and it's just and it's about the female archetype being more like the moon and the male archetype being the sun, and kind of like respecting the way and honoring the way of the sun, the sun's path. And then of course there will be certain moons who will follow a certain particular planet that is orbiting that sun, if this makes any sense. So but my higher self, Io, she is a result of a mixing of two races. She has dwarf lineage. She has a dwarf lineage as well as a result of an extraterrestrial race who came down, who were carbonated. They had melanin. So this was an all-female race, kind of like the Palladians. How you would see the Palladians as being all-female. In some cases that might not actually be the case. There are male Palladians as well, but the race that had come down in the DNA cinema, they had heavy carbon in their blood. They were a purely carbon race, who were extraterrestrial, and they were an all-female race, and they had mixed themselves in with, or they had intermingled with the dwarf race in the DNA cinema, being provided within the Akashic records. So there there were heavy melanated dwarf races that had intermingled with that female extraterrestrial race who were very dark. And in the Hobbit movie, you see maybe like one or two female dwarves. Like, there weren't very many female dwarves in that movie, but I think it was just a metaphor saying that the dwarf race were a very masculine like race. Like, they didn't really show the females too much because they wanted to portray that masculine energy, that kundalini energy that they had. So but anyway, this was just my take on it. So so when I got sick a few weeks ago, there was a DNA cinema that played when I got sick. And then actually before that, there was a scene where I don't know, like it just flashed in my mind, but they my star family had reached the moon Io, and you know, it was just a random scene actually, but Thorin, Philly, and Killy had reached that moon of that planet, or moon of Job, or Jupiter, whatever you want to call it. They had reached that moon, and the moon Io was see, the moon Io has like a yellow color. It has like a yellow brown color, and it's very beautiful. And when they arrived there, when they had traveled to the moon and got there, there were treasures. It was a moon. It was a gold moon, basically. Like, they found gold on that moon. They found water. There was somewhat of an atmosphere, and then there was another scene where they were attacked. You know, they were under attack, or they had been ambushed by an enemy character in the scene. So it's interesting because these DNA cinemas will play out every, you know, at certain times, to where there will be an event that will happen here in the third dimension, or some kind of energetic event will happen. If it happens here, then there will likely be a cinematic download that will play out in my mind. So I think that's very interesting. I don't know if there's anything else I wanted to add in this recording. Happy New Year's, everybody, and hope you all have a nice year coming along, and I'll speak to you in the next one.